Akira Ramen and Izakaya Suzuki.
We went to the ramen place in Colombia, across from the Columbia Mall. It's called Akira. And then there's like a name after that. Yeah.
Ramen and Suzuki.
Yeah. Akira Ramen and Suzuki, right?
I forgot how you spell it, so I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. We went in not with expecting anything.
To be honest, we asked our friend like what he thought of it, because he previously ate here, and he said it was okay. So coming in here, we had kind of low expectations, to be honest. I never take out ramen, dude, or like noodles, because like really ramen should be eaten, like noodle soup should be eaten fresh, because like the noodles will start like sucking up like sucking up like the broth, and then it'll get soggy, and also your broth will just dry up.
Right, and also like on the way to, why are we talking about takeout?
Because that's what we were gonna do, right? We were gonna take it out.
So it's a Friday night. They're a little busy, and obviously you have to stay 6 feet apart. So it was crowded, and we had an option to either dine in or take out. So we decided to dine in.
Yeah, it didn't look too bad in there, and we were lucky enough to get seated at the bar where it's like away from a lot of people. So
and we were served. Well, we'll talk about the food. All right, so let's get into the food. We both ordered the veggie ramen. You also ordered the edamame. You want to talk about that for a minute?
The edamame, that's for people who aren't familiar, edamame is a popular Japanese appetizer. You can probably find it at any Japanese restaurant. But it's basically like green bean. I think it's like either boiled or steamed, and it's salted. And then you kind of like open it up like you would a bean pod. And then there's like beans inside of it. And it's pretty good. It's like a good snack, pretty healthy. Honestly, if I could make it at home, I'd probably snack on that instead of like chips and whatnot. And we both got the vegetarian ramen.
Right.
Considering menu options, though, it's really their only vegetarian or vegan main menu option.
Right.
I mean, there's like sides that's vegetarian, like they have fries and whatnot, which I heard was pretty bad for the waiter.
He was pretty open with us, about what's good and what's not good at the restaurant. So at the restaurant they offer like French fries with seaweed salt, and he was like, those aren't that good.
Well, it's not that he said it was bad, it was just he clarified that it's not the typical fries, it's more like a non-crispy fry.
Right. So
thought it was pretty good.
Okay, so first impressions, from sniffing it.
Hold on, let me get a photo.
Okay. Look at this guy, taking a photo. All right. You sniffed it. What's your first impression, man?
It smells pretty good.
How many times are you gonna sniff it? Yeah.
Bro,
you gotta take a big waft.
It smells pretty seaweedy, to be honest. Smells salty. I don't know. I don't know.
Hold up, I have the receipt. So I think on the menu.
Bro, you keep receipts.
Yes, I do. Just in case I need to pull them up like this.
You gotta show the camera so you can prove you bought it.
Okay, I don't have the receipt on hand, but on the menu, the veggie ramen was about $11, and I'd say that's really reasonable. Like, I usually see ramen from $9 to about like $13 is the range. So
even
this place,
15.
Yeah, even 15 for some of the more 5-star restaurants. This place was pretty reasonable, pretty good, and the serving size was really good for what you paid for. They didn't skimp out on the noodles, like you said.
Yeah.
There was a good amount of broth and noodles, and I feel pretty full after eating that one bowl of ramen.
Right. Yeah, I would say I agree with the portion size. I think it was just right. This one came loaded, like right off the get-go. It had mushroom, it had bean sprouts, it had ginger slices, like the red one.
And seaweed, nori.
Yeah, seaweed and corn
Mm.
and bok choy.
Yes, they had bok choy.
So that's a lot of toppings. That's like 5
Right,
for
yeah.
like $10, dude.
Right, yeah.
Dude, that's pretty.
Yeah.
$10 or $11, dude. That's a pretty good deal.
Yo, let's talk about the mushroom for a minute, though. Okay, so
Oh, dude.
it was shiitake mushroom, but it was cooked in a certain way. I don't know. You know more about it.
Yeah. So I think what they did, right? It's like more of a marinated / braised mushroom. So I think they probably soaked it or stewed it or simmered it in some soy sauce and sugar and maybe some rice wine, because it tastes very similar to teriyaki, like authentic teriyaki sauce. But yeah, so it's just marinated mushroom, which is quite unexpected, because honestly this is the first time really I've had a ramen topping that's like seasoned like that, you know.
Right.
Usually they put like raw raw vegetable in
Right.
there, like
The mushroom like blew me away. I was like, holy crap. The mushroom was the first thing I tasted on there. They nailed the broth, you know. It's nice, salty. It has a little bit of ginger in it. Like, can you taste the ginger as well?
I can taste the ginger.
Okay, so it has like a variety of like taste, and it's salty and it's nice. And the noodles are like very on point. They're stretchy. They absorb a lot of seasoning
Flavor.
Yeah. So the noodles are like pretty good, yo. Their broth is pretty good, and then of course like everything around it. And yo, the mushroom. Hold up, sorry. The mushroom. I don't know what they season this with, yo, but it's pretty good.
They season it with soy sauce, sugar. It's like a teriyaki mushroom.
Yeah.
Braised type of style.
Oh yeah.
So I got the spicy one with a chili sauce. I don't know if you can see that. There's a chili sauce in there. I agree. The broth is pretty good. It's got a lot. It's garlicky, oniony, you know, ginger, and got the miso taste. Very, very full bodied, you know. The noodles got a nice chew on it.
Bro,
Yo.
got me at my weakest moment.
But coming back to the toppings real quick, I think the toppings are very well done in that all of them were seasoned pretty well. You know, the broth was like the balance was there, dude. The balance and the body was there. It wasn't lacking depth of flavor, because like usually what happens with like veggie broth is that they just spam like either garlic or onion or like it just doesn't taste. It tastes very one-dimensional. This one I felt like it was rich.
Whoa, 4-dimensional. The broth was 4D for their broth stock. Was really good, and then they also added some ginger. The ginger was more like in the background.
Right. Yeah, it just has that extra interesting dimension and flavor to it. And yeah, it smells very good. I think the noodles are definitely fresh.
Yeah. What's your score?
I think it's definitely a worthy place on my top ramens. Just because, okay, the price is unbeatable, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, all the time I eat ramen, I always come out like kind of like unsatisfied. You know, it's just not enough. And I've been to many ramen places, you know, like even, you know, a lot of fusion ramen places and all that. It's just never enough. And mind you, it's not even a big serving over there. It's just a good ratio, you know. Because what I find is that a lot of places really skimp on the noodles, to be honest. It's had a perfect amount to the broth.
Right, yes. I finished the noodles about the same time I finished the broth.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing happen to you?
Yeah. Like, to be honest, it's not too much broth.
Right,
it's like...
you finish them at the same time.
Yeah, I would definitely go again. I would rate it be 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
I thought it was pretty good. The ratio was really good, like Raph said, like you finish them at the same time. I'll give this restaurant a 9.5.
One of the better ones.
Mm.
One of the good ones. Yeah, definitely.
This is yours?
Yeah, the spicy.
Is this one the spicy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
いらっしゃいませ。